Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be continuing the keep. Last time we built the other two floors, the ground floor, which is the cellar, and the great hall. And you could see the windows to that down over here. Here's some gun ports leading down to the cellar and some windows to the great hall. And right over here is the inside. So up here is where I'm going to be building the bedrooms. And let's start by marking off how tall this is going to be. I did it for the other two floors. I believe the first floor is 6 blocks. The cellar, that's the first floor, the ground floor. And then the great hall is 10 blocks tall. So this one, I want it to be a little bit shorter than the great hall because the great hall is quite tall. I might go for 8. I think that'll add some significant height to the tower. But I'm not sure if I'm going to build a floor above this, so I'm going to lower it a little bit, just to 6. You could have it any height you want, just don't make it too tall if you're going to be building one. And let's start off with the outline. So I'm going to be building the corners first, just like this corner over here. And I'm going to be building them for the outside first, just up to 6 on each corner. And then I'm going to be building some on the inside as well. So for the inside layer, I might be able to make it a little bit thinner than the wall layer before, just 3 blocks thick. In real life, this would have been done just to put less pressure on the floors below. It would make it a lot more stable, so that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to put the corners right over here, and those are going to be the corners of the rooms. So all in between that is going to be a rock wall. So I'm going to put some around the stairwell over here. Just like that. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to fill in where the floor is going to be. Now that the floor is filled in, I'm going to put where the wall is going to be. Let's see. I do have to work on these a little bit, the chimneys. Because the wall is going to be a little bit thinner, I'm going to have to move them out a little bit. Let's get the right blocks. Yeah, just like that. I'm going to divert it out. And it's going to go up from here, right in the center of the wall. And surround that so I know where it is when I build the ground floor plan. I might need to change this up a little bit, actually. No. I'll just skip over it. And the other ones are already out, like this part over here. But this fireplace is, I'm gonna have to divert that one as well. See what I can do. I'll just fill this part in over here instead of making it like it was earlier. I'll just lower those parts down below. Okay, that looks good. And now I can continue filling in this part. Alright, now that it's done, you can see where the two parts of the wall are, and then the infill. I'm gonna fix this up a little bit. Since those aren't gonna be actually showing or anything, I'm just gonna switch up to this. Or they are gonna be showing, so that's why. The other corners, they're stone brick because they're gonna be covered up by the two other blocks. I'm just gonna put down where the first floor is going to be. Now you can see the thickness of the wall. I'm gonna fill that in with stone. And now we can start putting in the details. So you can see this is the room, those are the walls, and the windows are gonna go within those walls. So let's get first the entrance. Might have to change it up a tiny bit. Yeah, I could go this way. Just hook around and then it could turn back up. Yeah, that works. So let's see where we can put the windows. I think first we should lay out where the rooms are going to be in wood. I think maybe a hallway going this way and the rooms over here, right along where the other the garderobe is. I can maybe fit through 2 or 3 rooms in here. I wouldn't fit 4, that would be way too cramped. And I do need 2 of them to have access to the garderobe. So let's start off. How big is this hallway gonna be? I think 2 blocks is good. Plenty of space, not too cramped. Let's see how it looks. Alright, now we can divide this area up. You can do how many rooms you want, but I'm gonna go for 3. Let's see. Maybe this size. I might make the rooms slightly different in size. Maybe have 1 for storage, and then 2 for living. Because there's only gonna be 2 rooms with access to the garderobe. Or I could just divide them equally. Have only 2 have the access to the garderobe, maybe 1 with a fireplace. Alright, let's get the windows laid out. First, I'm gonna do one on this side. I'll do a fireplace right over here, right in the center of this side of the wall. And then a window on this side, just to go over the entrance. So there's a fireplace here, but I don't want to put another fireplace in this room, so I'll just put another window. Or how should I put it? Maybe like this. I think that would work well. 1 window going that way and 1 the other way. It'll look pretty nice. Now this. So there's the garderobe there. It's right in the center, so I might have to divert it a little bit. The chute that goes down to the bottom. Maybe on this side I could put a fireplace. And I'll connect it overhead to the other fireplace below. Window there, and I can make that window lead to the garderobe. Yeah, I think I'll be able to connect this part. But this garderobe might be a bit more tricky than the fireplaces. I'll just put some windows in the hallway instead. Right over here. Make these a little bit larger like the ones below. Just like that. And I might put a small one here. Not too big because it wouldn't be enough space. The floors above wouldn't have enough support underneath. Yeah, I think a small one would be alright. Now for this area. I'll make this window big as well. The room next to it though might need a smaller window. This one as well. This is gonna be quite tricky. Alright, I'm gonna work on diverting it. So it went this way on the floor below. I can probably do the same thing since a window garderobe is what is below as well. She's a similar diversion. And then I have to go around this fireplace though. I could put a window going over here, then divert the garderobe to go to the side a little bit, like that. But that might be a little too close. Let's see. Say in here it works this way. Let me just figure out this design real quick. I don't know, this room wouldn't have any windows, so this might not work. Kind of want a window there. A little bit bigger than this, because just a one block window, so it's a little bit weird looking. Maybe I can move this one to the side a little bit, and to give room for the garderobe to move this way. Yeah, I think that'll work. It'll give enough space. So I'm gonna remove this, then get this window a little bit bigger like that. Put some stuff over it so you could go through. Oh, this is very tricky. I'm gonna have to get a good slope on this thing so nothing gets stuck. I don't know. I think this will work though. Put that over there too so it's accurate. Then I could put a divider right here. Yeah, so this side is looking good. That would work. Maybe just put a block here too. Just to get it a little bit thinner so nobody can crawl through or anything. Yeah. Just like that. Really, really thin. Not large enough for anybody to get through. That's good. Now for this side here. It is a little bit... I might not be able to make it as large. Because the garderobe or the toilet will actually stick out the window and you'll be able to see it. But I kind of wanted to put a door over it. Maybe I could just... I might be able to make it a smaller window. Like the one on the front of the castle. And then keep this one normal. Or like one of the large windows. Yeah, so one garderobe here, one here. Both leading to the same hole. That looks good. I think that'll work. Then the fireplaces look good. Other windows. And now I'll just get rid of this part here. I've got to move it to the other side so I could get the scale right for the other parts. Just right here. And then I can return this to what it was supposed to be. Now I'm going to work on the wall. Now that the wall is done, you can see how tall this is going to be, and we can work on the interior details. So we've got the plan. We know where the windows are going to be and where the fireplaces are going to be. So what should we start with? I'm going to start with putting up the smokestacks, just so I don't build over them or anything. Just so they are visible, just like that. And I'm going to cover them up. Alright. Now what's next? I'm going to have to build, there's a fireplace right here. I'm going to have to build a smokestack for that too, so I'll build the fireplace first. Maybe just fill in the floor like that. Let's build it up. Let me think of how I'm going to build this. Maybe build it a bit high, like this. Oh, I don't know, that seems a bit too big for a bedroom. I'll just put it low like this with the same design, just one block lower. Maybe I can make the arch a little bit more shallow. Just like this. Alright, that looks good. And I'm gonna copy the same design for the other side. But first I'm gonna build up the smokestack right above. It's not really gonna be a stack. It looks like it right now, but when it's filled in with the wall, it's just gonna be like a hole in the wall that leads up. The smokestack is gonna be on the top of the castle. This is gonna lead to it. So I've got to make it a little bit more angled to divert the smoke. I'm not really going to be diverting the smoke anywhere because the Minecraft doesn't actually have that. It just goes up. It doesn't go around things. But it makes it more realistic. And now for this one. I'm just gonna copy the same design. Build this up first. Let's see. Here. This part only has stone brick. Give it a nice look. Right. It's here. Oh wait. Oh, I forgot I was gonna divert this to this side. I don't know if that's, yeah. I'm gonna have to do that a little bit lower. I can't divert it on the floor above. It depends on what I'm gonna make the floor above though. I might make it another floor like a garrison room or something like in Borthwick. Maybe just a garret, like half the size of a room, one that's like half of it is above the wall, half of it is below, then that's where the battlements will be, but I'm not sure. Right now I just gotta work on this floor. I'll figure that out later. Let's just put the diversion for the smoke, make it lead up there, and fix this up a little bit so it doesn't show. Yeah, that looks good. Alright. I don't know, that's a little bit too large. Alright, that's this part done. Leads to one smokestack. You can see it leading from here as well as the floor below. And this one just leads to from one, as well as this one. So there's going to be 3 smokestacks at the roof. Now the windows. I'm going to do these garderobe windows right now because they're going to be a little bit more tricky. I'll just build them first. So let's see how we're going to build this design. I'll just do a really basic one, like an arch. Not too much stuff on there. Then I have to cover this part. Put some stairs here too. Instead of having it layered multiple arches, I'll just put one arch going all the way through, like that. Then the window here. Alright, that looks good. So you have the window here. I'm gonna put some things around it, a little bit of detailing, minor detailing, right next to the fireplace. It looks pretty good. And now the toilet. Okay, I'm gonna have to raise this a little bit. Yeah, that looks alright. I'm gonna have to put a part above here. Yeah, just like that. Alright. I might be able to put that a full block actually. I don't know why I used a slab. I'll just cover it up. Or stone. Yeah. Stone infill looks better. And then I could just fill this wall up because we're done with that. Looks pretty nice. Now, I'm just gonna copy that window to the other side because these 2 windows are gonna match. Or 3, the garderobe windows are going to match the windows on the other side that are, it's kind of similar like the floor below. Alright, let's get the floor expanded into this direction. And also the cobblestone, we're going to have to get rid of that. Going on the other side. I'm not going to use it for that, but right, let's continue on with these windows. Let's put the base of the arches over here, and now I'll fill this part in just like that. Now I can work on the actual arch. Just put stairs both sides, and then the cap just like that. And those 2 arches are done. Just put in the windows. And alright. That looks decent. Just put the tiny bit of detailing on the window. Just that more supported looking window to make it look like it was actually built to be a window, not just carved out of the wall like we're doing right now. It's a really tiny bit of detail, but it can make a really big difference when you're building something this large. And later on we'll build a little bit more detail than just this. Alright. I don't know if I'm going to make a small window like this. I think this will work. Maybe I'll make a very tiny window with these stairs. Yeah, I think that works too. Now let's fill in this entrance area. Stone. Put the detailing as well. And I'm gonna put a roof on this part. Not really a roof, just a ceiling. And I think that's done for now. Just fill this wall in now. And this part too. I'll also raise this part up too, just to make sure it looks alright. Okay, that's good. Now for this window, the one that goes in the front. I'm thinking there's a couple of ways I could do this. I can make a simple square window, but I want this window, I want to be able to drop stuff onto the entrance. So I might make something using these wall blocks and the debug stick. And these things are always tricky to use. I haven't gotten used to them yet. Let me just figure out how I'm gonna do this. I think that's, yeah, it's kind of that's kind of what I'm looking for. Let me try it a couple of different ways because it's looking a little bit strange. Maybe a small, I don't want it to look like the other windows. I'm also going to build one here. Just like, yeah. I'm just going to put those parts there. So they're matching up the details. I'm going to work on this one too. Let's see. No, I can. Maybe I can raise this part up so it doesn't have that little gap. Oh, now I do there. Yeah, like this. And I need to. Yeah, you can walk through these. It's a little bit hard to walk through because the gap's so small. Yeah. But you could still walk through and maybe drop some stuff onto people. So these windows are going to remain open. Oh, I just made it disappear. Hold on, what did I do there? Oh goodness, oh there. Okay, it's back. These things are always such a trick to work with. I can make these go all the way up on both sides. Maybe I can do the same with these. I'll just restart. Do that on this side. Actually, I can make this window really, really thin with these center blocks. What am I doing here? Why does this look so wacky? Oh, that's not the center block. Yeah. This is... alright. It's gonna make it a little bit easier. Yeah, I can put those all the way up so there's no gap. Okay. Then I'm gonna have to put this in. It's funky again. Yeah, just like this. It's like a really, really small window. Like an arrow loop. That could work as well, but it... I don't know, it doesn't look as good as the other one. The other one looks really, really nice. Except for those gap parts. So I'm just gonna change it back to the other one. Gone on a very crazy adventure with these window styles. I've had to work a lot with them in Borthwick because the windows are just larger. So let me make it like that. Yeah, all the way up. Let's put this one all the way up as well. Goodness. Like that. Like that. And it looks very nice. Okay, okay. I'm gonna do the same for these ones. Goodness, alright. I finally figured out how to do this thing. It took me way too long. If you don't want to go through all that to get the windows, you could just make them open. It does not really matter too much if it's on really, really high levels. But yeah, I just think it looks nice. You can see the garderobe ones lead down to that thing. Let me put the arch over this one. Garderobe's gonna be. Just match it up with the other one, the block above. And now the arch for this one. Okay, now for the other one, I'm just gonna do the same exact thing. That's done. I'm just going to fill it in now. So I know that I'm finished with that part and this part. So what's left here? There's this open space right over here for a window. I wasn't able to fit a window on the lower floors in that area because there were fireplace stacks, but I made that in the center of the two rooms, so I can actually fit a very big window here now. And that's very good. So here I'm just gonna do the same style as the larger windows on the other side. Just like that. And this one matches like that other fireplace window, with the corner of the window being the corner of the room as well. Has a really nice look to it. The details. Looks cool. You can see the two different kinds of windows. This window over here is a little bit smaller and has an arch over it that's bigger. And the other room has a much larger window with a smaller thing, or smaller arch. And maybe I could put one of those here too. These small, large windows with small arch. I happen to like these ones a lot. I'm going to use them more often. I think they'll become a little more useful on the floor above this one because they're shorter and take up less space, but they are larger. Let's get this part done. Again with these troubles. Just lower those. And these here too. Oh my goodness. And raise. Yeah, okay. Just raise that part. There, that window's done. And it looks pretty good from the hallway as well. You can see a lot more from these windows. And it looks pretty good. Finally, we have a large window on this side of the castle compared to this one. This one has a lot. And then this one has one. This one has, oh, it has 3 at this level, at different levels, but it are different heights on the same level. Looks good though. Now that this part is complete, we can fill this in. Let's actually, before we fill it in, I think we should do something else that's pretty important. I'm not going to be building a vault for this level. We've already done that for the previous 2 levels. I'm going to be building a wooden ceiling, or floor for the next level. I'm going to put a couple of little holes in here to support the beams. Right over here. Just on this side and this side. They're going to go across. And now that I know that those are going to be there, this one kind of goes to the stairwell. I'll figure something out with this. I'll just block it off for now. I'm just gonna fill in this part. Just put in the stairs. Maybe I'll be able to cover it. I might have to just fill this area in, or cap it off and make a stairwell somewhere else. Or I can make a shorter stairwell. It's going to be difficult to get through. I have to crouch every time you go up, which is kind of obnoxious. Yeah, that's not going to be too good. I'm not sure if there's going to be a way around this. Get messed up on these stairwells at some point. Every castle has like a slightly wacky stairwell somewhere. Always give me issues near the top, or near the top. I have to cap them off sometimes. That won't work either. But that blocks it off. Yeah, I'll just finish that later. Oh man, but it's still kind of... I'll just block it off. Yeah. I'll put a window here too. And that's it for that stairwell, hopefully. I don't think I'll have to do any more for it. If you find a better way to do that, you can go ahead and do that, but I'm going to leave it like that for now and put a stairwell somewhere else. I'm just going to... What should I do next? Should I put the beams first? I think I'll just fill it in. Yeah, no point in putting the rooms first. I think I'll fill it in. All the way around. I put it off for too long. Okay, now that that's done, I'm gonna put the beams across. Just gonna get a log and put it from one of these little lugs to the other. It's gonna be really, really easy. Then in between those beams, I'm gonna put some half slabs of wood. Okay, those are the beams. You can see how they look. Just fit in there just right. And then, that looks pretty good. I think for that stairwell issue, instead of putting the stairwell in another corner, I could just put the stairwell going up from here. Just continuing on in this area. Going over here. I could just make this part short. It doesn't matter too much. Oh, but that goes right up here. I think I might just be able to cap this part off really, really early. Just get rid of this part and fill it in. Just right here. Yep. Seems good enough. Alright. And now for this other stair. I could just put this part. Just fill this in so that that log doesn't show. This way. Just up through here. And yeah, I can enter the room through there. Looks alright. Just a slight incline, not too steep stairs. And you can enter right into the room. Now I can just put in the slabs. Now that that's done, see the whole ceiling, and we can actually put in the rooms. So I gotta think about how I'm gonna do this. I don't want to make it too bland. I can use some different forms making the wall, but I'm just gonna show you how to do the basic wall. This is the easiest method you could do this. Just put some logs in the corners, leading all the way up, right in between the different rooms. Yep, that looks alright. And then you could just fill in these rooms like this. It looks pretty alright. If you're going for a pretty basic wall, this can do very well. I don't think I can fit it. Actually, I can fit some kind of window in there. I'll see. But, these walls look pretty alright. What did I do here? I think I just left this part blank. Or unfilled. Strange. I don't know how I missed that. I'll just put a tiny window here. Fill in the walls with stone. There too. Make sure I didn't miss it. And these rooms, I forgot to put the dividers for the rooms. rooms, but it looks pretty good. Overall, I think the windows, I'm not going to add any more of these. These look pretty good. You can see straight through that hallway. That's pretty decent. Okay, now I'm just going to block this off with the door. I'm going to do it for the other side as well. Just so you don't have to see anything like that. Toilets. Now the inside walls. Oh, here's what I forgot to do. Yeah. Let me put in some hay bales here to make the smoke go up a little more. And from the other side as well. I missed it once again. Should have done that in the very beginning, but I'm glad I remembered. Now I can light this up so it's easier to build, because it is pretty dark in here. Yeah, that's good enough. Alright, the dividers are put in. The rooms are pretty much done. This is really all you have to do to make these rooms. It's really basic design. It's not, I wouldn't really call it a design, it's just wooden walls. But I'm thinking something a little bit different could be done. And I'm going to do that right now. What I'm going to use is trapdoors. So I'm going to break down these walls. These ones over here, and replace them. Put in the doors, and just invert them, and then replace the rest with these trapdoors here. And I'm going to face this way so it makes the beams pop out a little more. I'm going to open, actually I'm going to break these parts over here too. Just makes it look a lot better. More detailed and realistic, having just a couple of tiny gaps in between the wood. Alright, let me finish this part. I'm going to copy it for the other two rooms. I'm going to show you how it looks like when it's done first for this side, and then I'm going to do it for the others. As you can see, it matches up with the door. It has a very nice look to it, and then it matches, it makes the beam pop, and then it still looks good from the inside of the room. Now let's do it here. Now it's done for all the rooms. You can see how it looks. The light leaks a little bit over, and it has a lot more depth to it. Makes the hallway seem a little wider, even though the rooms stay pretty much the same size. Well, actually, exactly the same size. And also the doors actually come out a little bit. Just gives it that good detail that I like. Interiors of the rooms are also looking very nice. Alright, so that's all three of the rooms done. Now, actually, there's something that I forgot. I forgot to put the windows in, because I've been flying in and out of them. So I'm just going to use glass, because this is high enough, people aren't going to be trying to break in through these. I'll just put glass. That's another open one. Now what I can do... Actually, this looks very nice from the hallway. And from the room as well. Now what I'm going to do is do the toilets. These are extremely easy to do. You don't really have to. You could break the door and put it like this. That's what I did with the other ones, but these ones have a little bit less space, and I'm going to put a door here anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a block down here, put it like this. So there's a space for a door to be put, and I'm just going to put the mangrove trapdoor above. So it's pretty much the same thing. I have to raise this part actually. And I'll just fill that in with a trapdoor so you still have more space. So it's got a whole room here, and from the outside it looks flat. Matches up with the wall. I'm going to do the same design for the other side. Let's break this part. Put the block here. Make it inverted like that. Almost fell down the toilet chute. And then put the... God damn it. This does look... Yeah, I like the way that worked out. The slope that leads underneath this window. Yeah, that's basically exactly the same design on the other side. And that part is done. You can see the two windows. Okay. I think this is done. There's not too much detail I'm going to add after that. I'm just going to go through what I've built so far. That's the gate area, the great hall, all its giant windows. The cellar with its big windows, huge fireplace. No, not big windows, big gun loops and arrow loops. Can't have big windows on the first level. Here's the gate. And then here is the bedroom. This kind of looks wacky. No, I'll leave it. Here is the large hallway in the rooms, which looks very, very good. I think I'm happy with this design. Won't make too many changes. Later on, I'll detail it a little bit more. I really like how these windows turned out, and the toilets as well. And also the way that the next level is a little bit more hidden, but very, very cool. Also, here's the smoke coming up from the previous levels. Alright, so those are the 3 smokestacks. And alright, that looks pretty good. I think I'm done. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.